It's Madden NFL 24. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Browns and the Broncos. And it's all up next.
We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Today, Week 12 of the NFL season is upon us, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Denver Broncos. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit it.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Taken at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Well, the Broncos offense gets set to go to work, and at the helm in his second season wearing orange and blue, Russell Wilson.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it, because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. One touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
13 yards on the game's opening play. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. First carry now. This is Williams. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground. 2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a 1st down.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now, down at the 33. Here's Wilson. Short throw caught by Dosich. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 3 catches, 53 yards.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Same connection, Dosich once again. Back-to-back receptions for him. It's another 1st down. The early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical that it'd be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
Now Wilson. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Wilson. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. Now Brett Maher for the field goal try. From the left hash, just a 32-yard attempt. The kick by Maher is good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-0.
Well, given where they started that opening drive, CD, I think to get 3 out of it, probably a pretty good start that they'll take.
I think you're exactly right about that, because they just shook off the effects of the kickoff in field position and took the ball and moved it downfield. Didn't pay off with a touchdown, but that drive, that was really nice for them, and they did come away with 3 points.
Now the Cleveland offense ready to go to work behind the 3-time Pro Bowler Deshaun Watson in his 2nd season now as a Brown, number 7 overall.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. but there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Watson's throw into the hands of Peoples-Jones. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. Watson now to throw. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. Hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Here now, 2nd and 4. Watson. Right back to Njoku. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. So the completion there, Charles, looking at this defense, certainly in for a tough task here this afternoon. What are some of the keys for them if they want to come out on top?
Well, the first thing, partner, is they just allow a completion there. They don't want to get a string of those going. Let him get his confidence. Let him get into the rhythm of the game, the flow of the game, and all of a sudden, he's feeling like he can do no wrong. You want to really get after his timing a little bit, knock a few balls away, and make things uncomfortable for him, because if he feels relaxed, you are in for a tough afternoon.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Watson. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 37. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice, sustained series to begin the game, and it will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
The start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. As they've got it as we resume action. Now a first down run is sniffed out from the start as they'll drop it for a loss of 4. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in, your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance. Well, when you're facing a receiver like this, you always come into a game thinking, we've got to put our best corner on him. We've got to find a way to get him off his routes, limit his touches. But that plan, not working too well on this opening drive. That's already 2 catches for him, and this one, good for a first down.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. From the gun, here's Watson. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Out of the gun, Watson. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Elijah Moore, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Browns have taken the lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They are back to 500 on the year, got the win last weekend, and it's one that kept their playoff hopes alive.
And if you do have those hopes, 500 is not where you want to be at this point of the year. Now, we know they battled through some rough patches this season, so it now comes down to how they're going to finish. Not out of it, can't afford any more missteps, though.
And he'll get nothing out of that one. So no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
At the 21-yard line.
Play action. It's Wilson. They've got his man complete. Down to the 10. And all the way home for the Broncos score. Cortland Sutton, 79 yards. And the Broncos have regained the lead. They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A two-play drive.
What did we call that? Short-lived? Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. Peoples-Jones going to elect not to run this out, and they'll begin at the 25. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Here's Watson. They set up the screen to Chubb. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Here's Smith to return it. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. That's taken in by Dulcich. That'll give them 8 that time. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. Wilson. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Broncos first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. Now Wilson. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. The kick by Marr is good, and the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks, you tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's #1. Field goal, you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half #1. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
In the first half, the Broncos got some strong play from their veteran quarterback, Russell Wilson. He had a touchdown pass in that first half, helping his guys to a halftime advantage.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Browns offense set to go to work to begin this third quarter. But Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Here's 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now Watson. And this one nearly intercepted. Boy, that would have been a great time for their first pick. But instead, it's third down. Here's Watson. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
That's returnable now for Smith. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their 38. He'll hand this to Williams to start things out. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. Again, it's Williams. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
At the 45-yard line.
Now it's Wilson. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Dalvin Tomlinson never giving up. He works his way to the QB for a loss of 12.
He's known for his legs and his fancy footwork, but he's not getting much of a chance to use it here. The defense continued to hold the upper hand by bringing him down on that play.
It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack. Operating from the gun, Wilson. That's going to be caught by Judy. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here's Riley Dixon now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Well, the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Back to throw, Watson. No, he doesn't have it. Maybe some alligator arms there going over the middle. 3rd down. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues.
First down, Browns.
Now a first down throw, Watson.
That's complete to Peoples-Jones.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll make it second down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 34-yard line.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And he's got his receiver, Cooper. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down.
And it's pretty evident that this passing game has been frustrated so far. They haven't really moved the ball the way we might have expected, but this is a good pickup here for the first down.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 47. They go up the middle with Chubb. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 7. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th.
Ball starts, offense.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
Second down, here's Chubb again.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Pushes past him, powering his way forward. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 28. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Watson off play action. Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Now Chubb running right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter.
13.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line.
And just shutting him off there.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Denver's offense now set to go. The pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the second half after a decent first half offensively. And they need their best drive of the game right here.
And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Another big play as they get 28 out of that one.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. Two nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that?
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
Here's Wilson. Got a man open. It's Sutton. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. On 2nd down, Williams.
And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line.
And now all of a sudden the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe pull the reins back here a bit?
Yeah, a little bit because you got to make sure that you don't score too quickly.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
They run it again with Williams.
And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. They'll come up now on 2nd down.
On the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Now Wilson.
Finds Dulcich out left side.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. Williams will try again. And same result. He's going to take this just to the line of scrimmage before running into a brick wall.
Ball at the 6, 3rd and goal.
He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th. Wow.
What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the 4th quarter.
And, partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this win away.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
This taken in at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. So now it's Watson and the Browns.
Down 21-14, 54 seconds to go. And their 4-game winning streak in great danger.
Now Watson.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
To throw, Watson.
And he'll go right back to Moore, complete again. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Watson to throw. He'll fire deep, looking for Moore.
And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
Yes, sir, that touchdown puts them in striking distance. And let me tell you something, forget being conservative here. Go for it. Go for 2.
Well, going for it on the road. Want to win it right now.
Want to win it right now. Have the momentum. Go ahead and get it done.
So now this will be, in all likelihood, to force overtime. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. So now this will be, in all likelihood, to force overtime. And he has got it. So barring something crazy on the kickoff, we're looking at an extra period to decide this one.
So overtime on the horizon, barring a wild finish here as the kick's away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely to take the knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
So a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
From his end zone, here's Tremont Smith. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Broncos are about set to go on offense. All set up for him right now, Charles. Opening possession of overtime. They've got the football. They also obviously have this home crowd behind them in a big way.
They get that extra energy from them, but they've got to be careful not to let that adrenaline get away from them and play too fast or create errors of their own making. Use that energy, embrace it, but make sure they channel it the right way. They've got a chance to go downfield, score a touchdown, and end this game.
On second down, Wilson.
Same connection, Dulcich once again.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
We'll play only the one overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on second down.
From the gun, it's Wilson.
Caught by Dulcich.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. They go with the ground game, pick up the first, now in plus territory.
And that changes the whole mentality of the play caller, doesn't it? Once they cross the 50, they feel like they're in the strike zone. All right, you don't have to be in the red zone to take those big shots downfield or go after the end zone. Right now, that might be available to them.
And now this first drive in OT continues.
Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line.
Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
So it looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. Flushed out right. And smartly going into the slide there, Wilson has enough for the first. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. This will be caught at about the 5.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Now Wilson. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Coming up on a 3rd and 9. Opening drive of overtime as they look to convert. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It'll be their second and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On third down, Wilson. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's fourth down. So a big one coming now for Brett Maher. This to at least get him a lead here in overtime. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This a 27-yard attempt here. Maher able to put this one through, and they have regained the lead. So they do get the short field goal here to get them the all-important overtime lead. But, Charles, you wonder if they'll wind up ruining the fact that they were able to get down into the red zone, yet not able to find the touchdown that would have won them the game.
Brandon, you're absolutely right. In overtime, when you get the ball first, the hope is your opponents never see the football. But now they're going to get a drive to try and win it, or at least keep the game alive with a field goal. And I'm getting a dictionary out to look up ruin.
Completes to Njoku, and he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner. Although on that last play they were so backed up, it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded because we've seen the improbable before. A couple of laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
So for Denver, that's now 5 wins on the campaign as they get the job done here. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they fall to defeat for the second time this season. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.